All right, family. We are on to day 5 here, right? So now we're going to be talking a little bit about anxiety. Why the hell are we talking about anxiety for an entire lesson? Because it's something that a lot of us associate with problems, and we get paid based off the size of the problem we can solve. So my goal is to help you solve higher level problems. Some of the biggest problems you're going to face early on in the journey is up here, and a lot of it has to do with belief. So, what is anxiety at its core? It is overestimating the threat of something, usually the unknown and uncertainty. You starting this business, you getting your business to an unknown amount of money, for example. Say you have an offer, but you've never done 25K in a month. That is a difficult pill to swallow. It's a threat to you, but you're underestimating your ability to deal with it. That is a note you should take down. You should rewatch it. Go back already. Anxiety is nothing more than you overestimating the threat of something and underestimating your ability to deal with it. And I watched a podcast on some of this, and they talked about how it's like we as human beings, we're like tea bags. If you drop a tea in hot water, once it's under extremely hot water, and almost like the hotter water it is, the more it expands and the faster it expands. That's how your mind works. And so I always use a simple analogy when it comes down to expanding your mind and the fact that your mind is a muscle, right? So you need a strong muscle to be able to deal with a large amount of pressure, right? Just like when you go to the gym. If you want to gain strength in the gym, you have to apply intentional stress and difficulty to the muscle fibers, right? To even give yourself a chance at growing. And then you got to go eat protein to replenish the nutrients and actually expand. Your brain's the same way. The only difference is your brain, unlike the other muscles in your body, like your biceps, for example, it has a governor on it. And it's that comfortability governor. And if you don't know what a governor is, I want you to think about your car. You see the speedometer says 160, but if you floor it and you go as fast as you possibly can, unless you took the governor off, you're not hitting 160. You're not even hitting 150. You get me? Governors in cars are designed to prevent further injury, further harm, overstraining the vehicle, right? But a lot of times as humans, we treat ourselves like that. We treat ourselves like we're delicate and we can't handle pressure, uncertainty, and high level problems. When in fact, you make more money if you can solve bigger problems, right? If you can manage more stress, if you can listen to more people's BS, if you can deal with more pressure, more uncertainty, and you can put out all these fires and you're composed and you're in control of your emotions and you're forward thinking even when everything's falling back on you, you are going to win. When everybody's talking shit about you because you're posting social media and they call you corny and they call you cringe and they call you tacky because you're just starting, who cares? Other people's opinions and advice don't pay your bills, nor do they pay mine. You are overestimating the threat of all of those things and you're underestimating your ability to deal with it. And it's all a simple perspective shift. So anxiety is the enemy, okay? And I need you to understand that because a lot of you watching this probably say you have anxiety to yourself every day. And you get more of what you tell yourself more of the time, right? So you are breeding more of this into your life than you want. And that's why you have a lot of what is called inaction, right? You can get access to information, but without the implementation, without the application, without the action, information doesn't change your situation. You're trying to change your situation by watching this blueprint and being 5 videos in that. So this is an entire lesson where we're going to break down in detail what it means to dissect anxiety so you understand what this really means. Because all it is you overestimating a threat and you're underestimating your ability to deal with it. Okay? So as human beings, this is very simple to understand. We all prioritize an easy life and convenience first. It is very difficult for most of us to just wake up every day and prioritize a hard life and what's inconvenient. It almost sounds like a chore. But in fact, that's how you're going to make more money. That's how you're going to grow. Do you want to grow and you want to make more money or not? Do you want to buy back your time? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to be wealthy or not? Because that doesn't just get handed to us, right? And so this is about setting the standard for what you're going to be required to do to even start this process if you haven't started it, and to get to new levels if you have started it, okay? And we begin treating our mental health like it's an excuse to avoid hard things. When in reality, our mental health is here to protect us. Our resilience is us training the mental health muscle. Okay? When we prioritize an easy life and convenience, it comes at the cost of our resilience. Resilience is you being able to push through people talking crap about you on social media. Resilience is you being able to push through disputes when someone does a chargeback. Resilience is you being able to manage the stress, the pressure, all of this, and stay forward focused and keep progressing. One foot in front of the other, brick by brick, 1% a day keeps the jobs away. Right? So that's what this is all about. And resilience is you choosing to train that mental muscle. Okay? Anxiety, once again, is you just overestimating the threat of some of these unknowns and some of these things that are inevitably going to come. You know they're going to come. You need to know they're going to come. And you also need to know that you're underestimating your ability to deal with it. Overestimating the threat, underestimating your ability to deal with it. I want to make sure you understand that. Okay? Now, we must struggle to have a good workout. We have to do hard things to get bigger, better, faster, stronger, etc. You have to understand that. It's going to be a struggle for you to do something you've never done. Just like it is when you go to the gym for the first time. You lift weights at an amount of a weight, even if you go every day, that's more than you're used to lifting. That's struggle, but that's also stress and strain, and it's what allows you to tear your muscle fibers down so they can grow. So if you want to grow, I need you to understand in this process of building your dream business, although it's going to be an extremely enjoyable process, I pray, at least it's been for me and everyone that's followed this framework, you're going to struggle in the process. But I need you to embrace the struggle and treat it not like anxiety, but like it is the fuel to your progress, because it truthfully is. Okay? So let's talk a little bit more in detail on what anxiety can be more broken down into, let's say, right? Anxiety becomes just like a thought loop where you believe if you think about something long enough, it'll go away. When that is exactly what prevents us from being able to deal with it. So think about this for a second, right? Like people, when they say I have anxiety, they're like sitting there and they're in this panic state and they're like, oh, this and all that and all this and all that. And they can't make a decision. You can associate people that have a large amount of anxiety with people that struggle to make decisions. They're very indecisive. But here's the fact. This is a fact. Look it up. Fact check me. I've heard it a million times. I had a mentor that bought 13 cars in 6 months off of me when I was in my early 20s selling cars. And he told me this. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them rarely. People that struggle to find it can't keep their mind straight, and even when they do, they change it all the time. That is anxiety, and this is not a very difficult concept to understand. And you might be in a position right now where you are doing this. It's okay, but you need to address it. You need to accept it, and you need to move on. Instead of feeling like everything is attacking you, instead of feeling like everything's happening to you, these problems and everything, why is it all happening to me? It's because you asked for it. Everything comes with a price tag. It's happening for you. Remember, perspective shift. This is where meditation comes in. This is where all these lessons that we've stacked on top of each other are interrelated. But anxiety is going to be something that cripples you if you do not learn how to address it, how to accept it, and how to use it as fuel, right? So the next thing here, you can associate anxiety in this spot of thinking about something so much that it'll go away and allowing that to hurt you. You can associate that with overthinking, right? So overthinking is simply believing your intuition doesn't work, right? In a situation, your intuition is whispering to you what you should do, right? It's that gut feeling that's never led you wrong. But you're likely looking for more information, ways out from doing the difficult thing most times. But because it will likely be hard, your brain, governor, safety, right? Protect the muscle, says, this is uncomfortable. So let me create this thought loop, which will trick me into thinking I'm about to solve this problem when really I'm accomplishing nothing. Okay, so I'm going to read this all the way through. I took a couple of these notes down so that this could be in a very efficient, I guess you could say, training here. Overthinking is believing your intuition doesn't work. In a situation, your intuition is telling you what you should do. But because that is likely the harder thing, addressing problems, right? Facing these things that are difficulties you knew you were going to sign up for. Because it's hard, your brain says, this is uncomfortable. Let's run away. Let me create this thought loop in my own head to tell me this is how I'm going to solve it by thinking about it more, when in reality, it's accomplishing nothing. There's a difference between movement and progress, because anybody can run in place and get nowhere. Denzel Washington says that. And that's what happens to a lot of people inside of business. My goal is to help you prevent that so you can continue stacking wins and moving forward. So remember these things, right? Your body is a protection mechanism. We have to work to train the body to understand what doesn't count as danger. Okay? Tearing your muscle fibers down in the gym is not danger just because it hurts. Growth hurts, right? The body has to catch up to the brain. Your brain gets it, but your body is generally controlled by the survival instinct. Does this make sense? It's like your brain has the governor mechanism inside of it telling you to embrace comfortability. But at the same time, your brain is also the thing that you control. And if you don't control it, you're effed, right? It's just the truth. I heard David Goggins say this in one of my favorite podcasts ever. He just said, if you can't control your brain, you're fucked. Quite simply put, that's what he said. And it's the truth. You control every day what this supercomputer does, where it goes, the action, the lack of action, the anxiety. You control it. You are the driver behind this thing. You need to take advantage. Grab the damn steering wheel. Stop sitting there expecting to get somewhere as you're just letting it take autopilot. You control this vehicle. And you need to understand that, right? So you have to practice the idea of pressing those uncomfortable things in your mind in order to build your resilience and crush this overthinking mechanism. You have to practice it. You have to go to the gym every day. All the stress, all the pressure, all the uncertainty, all the problems, all the doubt, all the negativity, all the naysayers, all the people laughing at you. You need to press these things. The more of it you're getting, the better. Flip the script on all this. All the things you think are happening to you that hurt are happening for you. It's a sign of growth. If you're not getting any feedback from other people, you're not posting social media clearly, and you're not going to grow. If you're not getting any stress, any pressure, you're likely not even trying to do difficult things. Good luck growing. You get me? So anxiety is when your intelligence is growing faster than your courage. This is going back to information can change your situation only if application is taken to the information. And then it'll take you to the destination. We're going to say that in about every single one of these things because this is all about application. I can give you the blueprint, but you need to apply it, right? So intelligence growing faster than your courage. Think about that. I'm giving you all of this. Have you even went on Google Calendar and put in the damn morning routine? It's so simple, so easy to do, but so easy not to do. How bad do you say what you want, what you say you want? Because these are simple action steps. I'm not asking you to write a novel and win a Nobel Peace Prize. I'm giving you free game to change your freaking life. The same way that I did here. If it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry. But it did for me and it has for everybody else that's actually applied it. And the people that say it doesn't work are these ones. Are the ones that allow their intelligence to grow and their courage not. So your protection mechanism is finding reasons and excuses to prevent you from taking imperfect action inside of entrepreneurship. That is the biggest bottleneck I've seen in everyone I've ever worked with. Imperfect action. Your mind, this governor, anxiety, the uncomfortability, these things in this mechanism in your mind that you're allowing to do this to you, you're allowing it, I want you to know that, is finding a million reasons and a million excuses to procrastinate, to put things off, to give yourself reason to not do things because you haven't figured it out yet. The biggest problem, if you've never started an online business, if you've never built an offer, for example, whatever you're talking about here, the biggest problem with this model is the fact that you've never done it if you're watching this for the first time. And if you've already done it, great. Your biggest problem with getting to a level you haven't gotten to yet is you've never done it. Same psychology. And because you've never done it, it's hard. It's overbearing to your mind. You don't know how yet. So most of the time, the biggest problem I see in people, and this happens in the earlier stages than the ones further along, is you are so scared of the unknown and what may go wrong that you allow those things in your protection mechanism to prevent you from taking the imperfect action. But look, if I fire the gun a million times, even if I'm blindfolded, but you're too scared to fire it, who's going to hit the target faster? Me. The target is your goals at the end of the day here, right? So imperfect action is always going to be mental masturbation. And that's what I call the people that watch all this, that take in all the information from online, from books, getting on training calls, and never apply a single thing, okay? So here's another really cool thing that you can apply to this process of anxiety so that you can stop overestimating these threats in your life and start to understand you're strongly underestimating your ability to deal with all of it. If you couldn't deal with any of it, you wouldn't have went out of your way to watch these in the first place. Stop identifying yourself by your achievements in external things. Think about this, okay? Most of the people that matter in your life don't care about your achievement, and they don't care about those external things. They don't. Think about it. Do your mom and your dad, the people that love you the most, does your significant other, your best friends, if they're real friends, right? Do these people really care about the trophy on your wall? Is that why they love you? Is that why they spend time with you? Is that what brings you joy? No, it's not. Start identifying yourself by your ability to take imperfect action and enjoy the process of building the internal, not the external. You're a human being, not a human doing. Okay, you're a human being. You are a being. You're existing. You're going through it. You're not a human doing. It's not what you do that makes you a human. It's what you are that makes you human. Okay? But a lot of the times we identify with the things we haven't done yet, And we allow that to cripple our mind and give us anxiety because we haven't hit the goal, because we haven't got the accolade, because people don't know us yet. Our brand's not built. Our business isn't producing income yet. We allow these things that we have or have not done to define us. Stop that. Start defining yourself by your ability and willingness to take imperfect action and enjoy the process, because that is being, okay? Now, as I close this thing out, you're going to find that your happiest moments is in the process. For me, when people ask me, what makes you happy? Growth. Growth makes me happy. Growth is the thing that keeps me up at night. Growth is the thing that wakes me up in the morning. Growth is the reason that I'm here. It's the reason that I'm alive. It's the reason I'm not laying on the bathroom tile floor anymore. I chose to embrace uncomfortability. I chose to stop underestimating my ability to deal with problems, with stress, with pressure. You're a human being, and you're able to embrace all of these things. I need you to, by the end of this lesson, to turn anxiety into a superpower. Anxiety is a superpower if and only if you understand the proper way to use it. Flip the script on all this. You're overestimating the threats. You're underestimating your ability to deal with it. Despair is the real threat. Not anxiety, despair. And that's where you feel like you have no options, where you're incapable. Anxiety is not that. If you feel like you truly can't do it, you don't believe in it, quit. You're not for me. You're just not. My goal is to help you believe in yourself, but at the same time, you got to want to. You have to have a desire. Desire is something I can't teach you. If you want to win, you can win. Your time versus someone else's time might be different, and that's all good. But despair is you casting the woe is me, the world is against me, I cannot do it into your life more and more every single day. And that's where you convince yourself you have no options and you can't move. That's where you allow anxiety to cripple you to the point where you're genuinely frozen. And whether you say you can or you can't do something, you're right. So that's where we're going to stop on this one. And hopefully you guys got value out of it. We're going to continue on with this first week here, and we'll cap it off in the next video or two with a summary, going back through all of this and giving you guys a few action steps and exercises that you can apply into your daily life that simplify this entire process, because I know I'm throwing a fire hose of information at you, expecting you to be able to manage it all at the same time. And that's my goal, to help stress you out, to help give you information to an amount that you're not used to receiving, and so many things to process that hopefully you do get a little bit of anxiety, and you flip the script on it and you turn it into a superpower, and you embrace it and you address it and you accept it and you control it, and you go out, you choose to grow, and you continue building your dream business. Let's go.